Joelicious!
Kitchen. Yeah, Joe.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Joe and Joe are back in the kitchen. Summer is over, and we can do all the cooking inside now. So today is Labor Day, Joe.
Labor Day.
Labor Day. So to celebrate Labor Day, we would actually like to open this nice bottle of beer that I actually made specifically for my folks back in Belarus in support with all the stuff that's happening there. They need our support. So we're gonna open this nice bottle of beer and toast to Belarus.
And hope everything
Works out good. That's right. We need this to go back to normal because Joe and Joe need to go traveling there. Woo, look at that, look at that, look at that. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, that's it. It's bubbling, but you know what? It's still good beer. Oh, look at that, look at that. Yeah, we didn't chill it well enough, that's why. So anyway, folks, there it is.
Look at the head on that thing, Joe.
Well, because it was a little bit on the warm side first. So yeah, so there you go. Cheers and beers.
Cheers and beers,
to
Joe.
Belarus and to Labor Day.
Belarus and Labor Day.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all, Joe. I'm impressed. What do you think?
Like it, Joe.
It's a little bit of a mess in the kitchen. It's okay. We're gonna suffer through it. But today, we're making Kolduny. Kolduny. Remember draniki, Joe?
Draniki. Exactly. So it's similar.
Stuffed draniki with meat.
With meat. Okay.
We're using ground pork.
I like that.
We're using ground pork. You can use any kind of meat you want. You can use beef, a combination of beef, pork,
ground, right?
Pork and chicken, but ground. It has to be ground meat. So we have a little bit more than a pound. 1 pound would be enough. In fact, this is going to be more than enough. We're probably going to have leftovers, but that's not going to go wrong. We have 2 slices of white bread soaked in milk, pepper and salt, as always. We're going to use granulated garlic, but if you use fresh garlic, it's even better. We use granulated because we're run out of garlic, so you know.
It happens.
We have about 3 pounds of potatoes that Joe just peeled really nicely. We have 3 onions. 1 is going into the ground meat, and 2 are going with the potatoes. We have a bottle of this Irish red beer. We're using that. We might need more than that. We might need less than that. So we need some aluminum foil, some plastic wrap, and a couple of baking pans like this, baking dishes like this. We don't know how many we'll need, so we have 2 small like this, square ones, and 1 large. So we're going to use that.
Okay.
Olive oil.
Yep.
And that's about it. I'm gonna hide my cheater because I don't need it. I know the recipe by now because it's my own country's recipe. Okay. So this is what we're doing. First things first, we're gonna take all the 3 onions and we're gonna put them in the blender, processor, and let me cut it in half or make it easier to blend that way.
There you go.
So we're just gonna actually make it quarter. So we're just gonna throw them in there and pulse it and then process it real good and then divide it. So 2/3 are gonna stay in there and 1/3 is gonna go into the ground meat. So I'll let Joe do that. Up the way, Joe. There you go. There you go. Let me do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. I got it. Okay. Pulse.
Pulse first, and then we'll just. There you go. Oh, what a mess.
Now?
Wait for a little. You can actually put it on and then let it run.
All right.
I pulse it a few times first and then, all right, and after that, I think it's there. So 2/3 are going into this bowl right here. So we'll just gradually. We can get rid of the blade now. We don't really need it because we're going to use a different attachment. If you don't have a food processor like this, you can use regular grater like this guy right here, but you're going to use this side, the smaller side, the finer side.
Okay.
We're saving some time and we're basically putting, but actually we're cheating. We're actually putting the bigger holes here because when it processes it, it just does it finer than it is. So we're still using the larger attachment. So okay, about 2/3 going in here. No, 1/3. My bad. 1/3. That's about 1/3. And then that's going back in there. Now we're putting this one in. Out of the way. There you go. Come on, there you go. Now we're gonna close this down. Take this out of here. And then you basically you can turn it on. Throw a few potatoes in, like 3, it's already on. And then you just push it down. There you go. While Joe is doing that. Yep, there you go. And then now, while Joe is doing that, I'm gonna take care of the meat. Joe, I'm gonna need the gloves for that.
Okay.
Do you mind if I? There you go. All right, so I got my gloves right here. 1, 2. Now, that's easy, isn't it?
Very easy.
We just need to. We'll just need to pick out the larger pieces out of it, okay, because there's some stuff remaining. All right, so while Joe is doing that, I'm going to take all the ground meat and mix it with the onion. I'm also going to take some pepper and salt and generously sprinkle the meat and pepper.
In the bowl?
It can stay there, or actually, yeah, you can dump it in the bowl.
Okay.
You can grab a pair of gloves too and just do the same thing I'm doing, but with that. So yours is going to be a little tricky. You're going to use this. In fact, why don't we do it in batches, Joe? Because we're doing a double portion. One is with beer, the other one without.
Okay.
So why don't we do it this way? I'm going to give you another bowl.
Okay.
The largest one I have. And all the potatoes, you will need the gloves because the onions will make your hands smell. So I would say basically just, oh no, there you go. You did it right first. So squeeze all the juices out, but don't toss the juice yet. We're gonna leave it sitting there till all the starch settles on the bottom.
Okay.
And then all the liquid can go, but the starch we're gonna use for making the pancakes. So,
Gloves.
gloves are right here, Joe. You got plenty. And then, all right, so now I added salt and pepper. I'm gonna use granulated garlic. I'm gonna generously toss some garlic in there. There you go. And have a sip of beer. We got it, Joe. Joe, my expectations about this beer, actually, I'm happy. I'm happy with it.
Yeah,
So, put a little more. This is basically Joe and Joe beer that we normally do, but this is a limited batch, limited edition, dedicated to Belarus. Okay?
Right.
So, right now, we're just gonna, salt, pepper, then after you're done with, you're just gonna go one batch at a time, squeeze out all the juices, but don't go too crazy, and then toss all the potatoes and a mixture of potatoes and onions into the bowl.
In one bowl.
And then, after that, we're gonna, all right, and I'm in the meantime doing this. So I'm gonna mix, and I'm gonna take the bread and toss it there too. So the wet bread is going in there right now. I have a chunk that's slightly hard, so we're just gonna toss it back in the milk. Let's wait for it to soak a little more. And I'm just gonna mix this in. we're gonna have some extra meat, extra filling, but it's okay.
That's fine. Meat's good.
That's right. I'm just getting rid of all the bigger chunks of bread that didn't
Yeah.
get soaked. But it looks good so far. I'm gonna mix it real good.
Oh yeah. There is a lot of liquid.
You
coming
might
out.
want to try to keep, you're still keeping it down, so you're soaking it back in there. So the
I
best
see,
way to
I
probably
see.
do,
Keep it
yeah,
up.
keep it in your
Okay.
hand or something.
Yep. I understand.
Kind of tricky.
Yep. I see.
All right, this is kind of not as thick as I wanted it to be, but I think it's fine because it's all going into the oven eventually. So let me see how the other bread is doing. We're gonna take some of the softer stuff off of this.
That's awesome.
That's
lot of
it.
potato.
That's it, Joe. That's it. We're gonna have the enormous portion of Kolduny. You know, we gotta do it, Joe. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm longing to have the original ones. I really need to go. We need to go back to Minsk, Joe. As soon as it's all over, we're gonna go back to Minsk and celebrate our 2-year anniversary. Maybe by then it's gonna be a 3-year anniversary
Yes.
of Joe and Joe show.
Exactly.
Folks, 2 years ago, exactly 2 years ago, Joe and Joe project, including Joelicious Kitchen, started right in Minsk.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Zibiscus.
Zibitska Street, yes. So, all right, so we got the meat ready. Now we're just gonna do this. I'm gonna toss all the stuff we don't need. And then,
See, all the onions sunk to the bottom, so we need to stir it up.
you can use one of these, Joe. There you go.
Yep.
Okay, so
Thank you.
next, this is gonna be another tricky part. And I'll probably need your help with that. We're gonna dry the surface. We're gonna use one plate, one big plate, where we're gonna put all the prepared guys. Maybe we'll need more. We will probably need more than one plate. I'd say two. Let's put 2 plates there, one for you, one for me. So we're taking this, putting it aside, letting it all settle. We use the starch for later. We'll get rid of all the liquid. So now, this is a messy recipe, so
Oh, yeah.
if you don't like a mess in the kitchen,
don't mind.
just go out and order takeout or something.
Yes.
But if you are in the mood to make something authentic, this is the recipe. So we got the meat ready. Now
Potatoes.
I am gonna
are
take
ready.
the plastic wrap, roll it out. Joe, did you add any salt and pepper to this?
No.
Now it's time.
Okay.
Salt and pepper to this, and as generous as you want, up to you. But I am gonna roll out this plastic wrap just like that. Yeah. Doesn't like me, but it's okay. All right, there you go. Loose end. All right, Joe, let's get started. And another piece of paper towel right here. Dry the surface and put the plastic wrap down. So this is what we do. Put it on the table and start working one at a time because they are very messy to work with. I might need another pair of gloves, and you got them right here, Joe. Excuse me. So now, you know what I just realized this is what we're missing. This mixture needs 1 egg.
Okay.
That's why it's not as thick as I wanted it to be.
Okay.
So that's the fix. If you don't like eggs, do not add the egg. But I'm gonna do it because,
Joe.
thank you, because I want it done right. So this can go back in the fridge. Good eggs.
I'm done with the gloves.
All right. You're not done with the beer though.
Nope.
All right, so I'm gonna stir it again. I will need another pair, or at least one, because this one is going to the trash. So, all right. That's it, now we're talking, now we're talking. This egg is gonna change the whole scenario. Okay.
The texture.
The texture, yes. The game, change the game. All right,
Game
so
changer.
the game changer. Oh, we don't want it to. All right, mass is right there. So, all right, I will need a pair of gloves. Okay, this is going straight to the trash. Boom, done. Now I need to get another pair. Another pair of gloves. All right, where did they go, Joe? Gloves? Oh, they're there. Okay. Now, we're just gonna, you're probably gonna help me with that too, Joe.
Yep.
By just get a pair of gloves, let's dry the surface, and let's get the conveyor belt working here.
Okay.
So, what you're gonna do, you're gonna just unroll the
Plastic wrap.
plastic wrap and start working one at a time. You probably want to move the potatoes and meat closer together so that we can, there you go, boom, done. And that one can go right here. So, all right, so let's roll it out. It just sticks to the table like that. One at a time. So, all right, so what we do, basically take a bunch like this, throw them on the surface, make a patty like this, maybe a little, that should be good. Now, we're gonna take, I say let's use a spoon for that, Joe.
Okay.
Because that's messy.
Go for it.
So, big spoon like this, and we're just gonna take a little bit of the meat, throw it right on top of this, right? Maybe a little more. Stir it in because I see some eggs still there. So like this is good. And now, here you go, Joe. Now we're gonna take this and just kind of throw a little bit more on the top and fold it in. Well, this one's going to be kind of a bigger one. So next one we probably want to make it. But you know what? You know what? You know what? I think they should be like that because.
Big?
Yes.
Pretty big?
Yes. Because the way I used to eating them,
big.
them in Belarus
That was
would
awesome.
be big. That's right. So that's it.
Okay.
So we're just gonna kind of wrap it like that.
Like this?
Yeah, pick it up and kind of like wrap it like
How's
that.
this? Look.
That's all. You're doing it better. That's it, Joe. You're doing it the right way. I'm doing it the left way.
I'm left. Yeah, I'm left-handed, Joe.
Me too. Well, so we got a patty, which is kind of,
Look.
there you go. Well, you know what? Why don't we do it this way, really? Why don't we wrap them, each one of them? There you go. That's an easy fix. We wrap them like that, and then leave them until they're ready to go right onto the frying pan. So now, one at a time, we need more paper towels to keep it clean and dry. Here you go, sir.
Thank you.
So now, yeah, let's make them big like that.
Yeah.
You know what? The recipe called for that starch. To make them, so we're gonna toss this water and all this, you know what? There's not that much starch there. So yeah, let's just skip this part. We don't need it. let's just do it this way because that easy fix that you came up with, I like it.
Yeah.
So we just basically wrap each one of them individually and then we just unwrap it and throw it right on the frying pan and it's just gonna work fine, just fine. There you go, Joe. Okay, take some of that potato, throw it on, like that. Take some meat, throw it right in the middle. We are gonna have extra meat, but it's okay. Nothing's wrong with having extra meat because we can use it for meatballs.
Yeah, there you go.
Joe, they're gonna be huge.
That's awesome.
I like that.
Delicious.
I like that.
Wkózna.
Вкусно. Smaczna in Belarusian. Smaczna, yes.
Smaczna.
Smaczna. So, all right. That's it. Kind of grab it like that. Wow, look at yours. Well,
Yeah, Joe.
Joe, you're going way too big. Joe, they need to cover the meat too. Like,
Really?
see how I did it? Like, basically, you put the meat in the center. Well, yours are going to be really meaty.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, yours are more an American style. All right, so we decided that we just, instead of making a whole bunch of small ones, we'll just make 3 and 3 of the humongous and huge ones. These are huge and those are humongous, okay?
That's right.
So I'm just gonna use up all the potato right
baby
here.
one, Joe.
Oh, that's a baby one. That's the size I have. All right, so
But that looks good, Joe.
it does. Look at that. Look at that. So yeah, we're gonna be fine.
And we're baking them.
First thing first, we're gonna start the stove. We're gonna proceed to the stove as soon as I'm done with this. I'm gonna cover that. Go like that, and like that. This one is a little bit messy because we're running low on potatoes here, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna come out wrong. Let me throw some. There's some potatoes here. There you go.
There you go.
There you go, right on top. So there you go. So now we're gonna proceed to the stove. That's where all the fun is gonna happen. And then the oven. All right, folks. Before we proceed, we're gonna take some of this super fine beer. Cheers, Joe.
Cheers, Joe.
Next, we're gonna start the stove on high. The highest setting we can get. There you go. Heat it up.
Oh, boy.
So we decided to take, we got a smaller pan, so we're doing 2 of the largest ones in that pan, drizzled with olive oil, and 4 of the smaller ones in this pan. Later, we're gonna decide how we're gonna cook them. I think we're gonna do 2 small and 1 large, 2 small and 1 large in each portion,
Okay.
beer, non-beer.
Yep.
So, all right, drizzle the oil generously.
How's that, Joe? Good?
That's good. Thank you, sir. And I'm gonna drizzle mine right here, just like that.
Okay.
We will need some of these guys.
Yes.
That's for that, and that's for that.
Okay.
I'll put it right here for now.
There you go.
All right.
Now.
So once the oil's heated through real good, we're gonna carefully
Very
take one of these guys
Very cute.
at a time and
Unwrap it.
unwrap it. What I do, unwrap it and
gonna-
toss it.
I'm
And
doing this. Watch.
yes,
Okay. And then I'm
There you
gonna
go.
slide it in there.
I do it the other way.
Well, I
Oh,
don't
look at
burn
that.
myself.
Okay, okay,
How's that, Joe?
you're fine. I'm doing it the
Almost like I
same
know
way.
what I'm doing, Joe.
Yes, Joe. Oh, I flipped it. All right, that's all right. Well, mine is gonna be a little bit messy. which is still fine.
No, once it starts frying, dude, it'll be fine.
Yeah, but see how yours is perfectly fine and mine, the meat is exposed. Oh, that's the one that you made. That's why.
That's right.
All right, so very soon I'll need that.
It's huge, Joe.
Well, slide it in there. There you go. You'll need one of these. Oh,
yes.
And you'll need the splatter screen
Yes.
already. All right, my turn now. I'm gonna slide it right on. Ouch, look at that. Very tricky. If we didn't make them that big, they would be easier to handle.
Yes, I understand.
But
hey, it's trial and error.
that's right.
You know, you do.
That's right.
What you can do.
So let me do the other two and we're good to go. I think I
fine.
did it. So now we're just basically waiting for them to fry on both sides, golden brown, crunchy, as crunchy as, basically that's the uniform of the
It forms it.
draniki,
Yeah.
of the Kolduny.
Kolduny.
Kolduny, Joe, I got this one for you.
Okay.
Just for you. That's,
I'm good.
you sure?
I'll hold it, but.
You know, all those cool chefs, they put it in their pocket.
Put it over here.
Yeah, and then they keep tossing it around and like going, like, you know, like a cool dude, right?
Yeah.
So, you know what? Joe and Joe are cool dudes, so we're using those.
Nice, Joe.
Yeah,
All
dude.
right, I'm gonna do it.
On top of that,
I'm gonna be a cool dude.
we
too.
drink beer. Why? Because we can.
That's right.
Yeah, Joe. Cheers and beers.
Cheers to biz. That is nice. Nice flavor.
Okay. We're gonna wait for it.
When do you flip them?
I say the first one you put down when they're flippable. Right now they're not flippable, Joe. Because they're huge, they're gonna be really hard to flip. It's gonna be.
You need a spatula.
Well, use two
Big
of these.
one. Yeah,
Use two of these.
All right, I'll use two.
Use two of these. I know you can do it, Joe.
I can.
Either that or do it like all those professional chefs do. They just flip them on the.
No, Joe. No, Joe. I'm just gonna take this right.
Okay,
And I'm gonna go.
that's what I'm saying. No, you know what you can do with that one? You can take a big plate,
I'll flip it, Joe.
flip it on the plate, onto the plate, and slide it back on the. I mean, that's a solution.
No, I'm gonna flip it then.
All right, Joe. I have my faith in you.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna start the oven at 400 degrees right now, Fahrenheit, which is about 200 Celsius. At this point, I'm gonna flip my Kolduny. Carefully, I'm gonna start with the very first one, and it is flippable, very flippable. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that, dude. Nice.
So now, they will take a little bit longer to bake because they're probably
big.
2-3 sizes of regular ones.
Yeah, these are enormous.
I would actually add a little more oil at this point because one side already sucked out all the. Be careful, it's gonna just
I will.
go nuts. Mine are very easy to flip because they're small.
This one's gonna be hard.
All right. So now, a little bit more oil. Can I have some? Oh, okay, we got an exciting moment. I'm not gonna interrupt you. I'm gonna drizzle a little more oil. And I'm gonna cover with a splatter screen. That's it. So now we're just gonna wait. While we're waiting, we're gonna take, so we're gonna end up using basically all 4 of these baking pans. So we're gonna line them with aluminum foil, and on top of that, we're gonna cover them with aluminum foil as well. So I'm gonna take care of that, Joe.
Yep. Oh, smells so good.
All right. So, all right, let me You can actually do the other ones too. I'll give you foil. So what we're doing is we're taking some aluminum foil. That's one per each.
Okay.
Two. That's yours. And that's gonna be mine. Line this. This is what I have, just like that. Get it ready, and then we'll need more aluminum foil to go on the top. So what we're doing right now, we're making them look the way they should look. We don't worry about cooking them. We're making them presentable and crunchy on the outside.
Yes.
So, Kolduny are ready. We're gonna shut the heat off. And we're gonna use the largest pan for the two of the largest ones. And the smaller pans, two of each. Now, those ones, we're gonna do a regular way.
Okay.
One of these is gonna be with beer,
The other one?
one without beer.
Okay, good.
That's how we're gonna do it.
Nice.
So,
Oh, Joe.
all right, so let me toss these in there. They look nice.
Okay, we got to put tin foil over them now, right?
That's right. Before we do that, that's where beer comes in handy. Well, in your case, it's not gonna be beer, it's gonna be water.
Okay.
So, a little bit of water. It's like, we're talking about 100 milliliters for that. So, barely on the bottom. Why we need water and why we need beer?
I understand.
To
If
absorb all the liquid. Now, with all this extra meat that we have left, I'm gonna add some flour to it and make some cutlets. But that's gonna be a different recipe.
Nice, good idea, dude.
All right, so
Nice, I'm gonna cover this.
there's some water right here, Joe. Pour some water. Wait, okay, you got it? I would say probably a 1/4 inch of that. Just to, there you go, just to maybe a little bit more. Because they're gonna be
Sure,
there,
don't
they're gonna be there for almost an hour, so we don't want to
Yeah,
run out of water.
don't dry.
So, doing the same thing with this one, just to cover
Yeah. Cover the bottom.
the bottom. Now,
This keeps the water in.
and this is the most exciting part, Joe. Red, Irish red,
Beer.
goes right in here. Cover it. I'm gonna go a little bit more on the generous side on this one. All right?
Yep.
And I'm gonna mix it with the Belarusian beer. Irish beer meets Belarusian beer. How is that?
Nice.
Look at that.
Look at the head on that thing. Now.
Yeah. So, there you go.
Cheers,
Cheers and beers. Taste of Ireland in Belarus.
Wow.
Or vice versa. All right, let me
These bad
cover
boys
mine.
In the oven.
We gotta remember the one on the left is gonna be our beer. Okay, so why don't you hold that? I'll do this one. Since you're in charge of the ones with water, I'm gonna hand you that. And the beer one is gonna be right here. The Joelicious one. The oven is almost ready to go. Another couple of seconds. I think we're
fine.
good to just put it in there.
382.
So, all right, because we're using, I say, let's put the smaller ones on the bottom and the larger ones on the top. So the beer one on the left, regular one on the right. There you go, you got it. And the larger one on the top. We're gonna set the timer to 1 hour because that's basically what it's gonna take.
Yeah, because they're so big. Smaller ones would take a lot less time.
So let's see, timer. 1 hour. Start. And while we're
Nice.
doing that, Joe, we're gonna proceed to the studio to do the Joe and Joe show.
Joe and Joe show.
See you guys there. All right, folks, we're back in the kitchen. It's been over an hour. We really cooked those guys really good.
That's right.
Now it's time to enjoy them. Oh my God.
Wow, Joe.
Smells so good. The kitchen is filled with the aroma. Yes, one word. So we're not gonna, because we just did a show and we had all that stuff we had to eat there, because we were just celebrating Joe and Joe's birthday, Joe and Joe's show's birthday. So we're gonna have 1/2 of each. How is that, Joe? So this is the beer one. This is non-beer. So we're gonna take this out. Oh, they're nice and soft.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, they're cooked through, Joe. They're
Okay.
cooked through. They're
Nice.
cooked through. Really good. So we got 1/2 right here. That is right here. That is regular.
Yep.
And the beer one is here. They're nice and soft because they're slightly overdone, but it's only gonna make it flavorful. There you go, Joe.
Thank
So
you, Joe.
this one is beer, this one's
Yeah,
not. Have
beer.
some sour cream on top of it.
Beer is on the left. Non-beer on the right.
That's right.
And sour cream, Joe.
Yeah, Joe. So all right, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it, Joe. Oh, it smells Joelicious. Absolutely.
All right, we need to decide what's better. Beer one or the non-beer one? Oh, Joe, we forgot. Joe, cheers.
Of course. Cheers and beers. To all the folks in Belarus, stay strong there. You're gonna win.
Thoughts and prayers. are
Thoughts
with
and
you all,
prayers.
Okay?
All right.
All right, I'm doing the one with the beer first.
The one with the beer.
Okay?
Oh my God. It's so good.
Wow. You know, I'm really surprised at how much flavor it has. You know, you would think, you know, it wouldn't be so flavorful, but
It is.
all right, now
Regular.
we'll try the regular. I'm afraid that the beer one's going to be better, Joe.
I can't tell, Joe. I can't tell. They're both as good.
This is very flavorful too. Wow. These are really good.
I think both of them deserve a solid 8.
I've had Draniki. Okay, I think it's good. Okay, but this is over that.
One step above.
Yeah, oh yeah,
I love it, Joe.
yeah.
I taste the taste of my childhood, which is awesome.
Wow.
Folks, today, Joe and Joe in the kitchen,
Yep.
back in the kitchen after so long, made Kolduny, which is
Kolduny.
stuffed draniki, Belarusian national dish. Stay tuned for more Joe and Joe show, Joe and Joelicious Kitchen and Schizophrenia. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so. Cheers and beers.
Cheers and
Joe,
beers,
Joe and
everyone.
Joe show.
Joe and Joe.
Yeah, Joe.